We'll go ahead and get started. Prior to starting a commissioners meeting, we always ask for local clergy to come and lead us in prayer. This morning, Brandon is here with us. Brandon, we're glad you're here, Pastor. If you'll do the honors, podium's yours.
Great. Please join me. Heavenly Father, your word urges us to make petitions, prayers, intercession, and thanksgiving for all people, for kings and all those in authority, that we may live peaceable and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity this morning to offer a public prayer for our county commissioners and the important work they do on behalf of our citizens. I pray for you to bless them, that they may conduct their business in a spirit of wisdom, kindness, and justice. May they use their authority to serve faithfully and to seek the well-being of our residents so that we may live securely in peace and be guided by your providence. May we as citizens treat one another with respect, even when our views differ, so that without partisan anger, we may work out our issues that divide us. Bless this session today, Lord. May the decisions made here be based in truth, be beneficial and fair to all concerned, and build goodwill amongst all of us who live, work, and play in this fine county. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen. And now to officially start our meeting, Commissioner Batchel, if you'd lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This meeting of the Clermont County Commissioners in regular session, the April 16th, is called to order. We will move to letter B. Letter B is approval of regular session minutes of April 14th, 2025. Board, I know you've had these minutes, had an opportunity to review them. Are there any changes or revisions that need to be made? Hearing none, I'd ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make the motion to approve. I have a second.
It's been moved and second. Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Batchler?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes. Letter C is a proclamation, designation of April 16th as National Lineman Workers Appreciation Day in Clermont County. And I understand that Chad Schaefer is with us here this morning to accept this proclamation on behalf of Duke Energy.
Morning, Chad.
You
Good
bet.
morning.
A proclamation in honor of National Line Workers Appreciation Day, April 18th, 2025. Whereas line workers are ready to aid the public 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless of the inclement weather or other hazards. They put their lives on the line to literally keep the lights on for us. Whereas line workers are professionals who work around dangerous conditions away from their families to construct and maintain energy infrastructure of Clermont County. And whereas line workers are the courageous and dedicated men and women who respond within the stages of an emergency to work to aid first responders, sometimes working alongside them at the scene of an emergency so that all can operate in a safe manner. And whereas while others are taking shelter from storms, line workers are responding to ensure citizens have electricity they depend on, sometimes in outside areas where disaster has occurred. And whereas we as citizens need to pay tribute to the men and women who serve Clermont County communities in their capacity as line workers, it is important for citizens to show appreciation for the remarkable job being done across our county each and every day. Therefore, let it be proclaimed that we, the Board of Clermont County Commissioners, formally recognize April 18th as National Line Worker Appreciation Day in Clermont County and publicly honor the service of line workers in our community and communities across this nation. This proclamation is signed by David Painter, President of the Board, by Bonnie Batchler, Vice President, and by Commissioner Corcoran as a member of our board. Chad, on behalf of the Clermont County Commissioners, I'd like to present this proclamation to you, especially since you represent the line workers that put their lives on the line.
Yes,
But in doing so, I just want to make sure that we understand and we thank their families for letting them go do the dangerous work that they do every day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
You bet.
much. And thank you to the entire County Board of Commissioners. I greatly appreciate this. And you're probably wondering, where are the line workers today? Well, I had invited a number of them, but they have a mandatory training. And as you know, in the field of electrical service, training is everything, and safety is everything. So they could not be here today, but they are very appreciative. They asked that I, pass that along to you and thank you for this distinct honor. I know that you'll be with us on Friday at the Purple People Bridge downtown. We'll have City of Cincinnati and community leaders from counties in the Northern Kentucky counties as well, in honor of our line workers. And Commissioner Batchelor, I promise we're going to have better weather this year.
75. This sure
75 and sunny.
Sure
All
beats
right.
the 20 the one year.
We'll go for that because if we have thunderstorms, I'm guessing our crews probably will be out doing what they do best, and that's restoring power. So thank you all for the honor of being here today. I greatly appreciate it. I'm Chad Schaefer, Government Community Relations Manager for Duke Energy. I'm also going to be joined here momentarily by my colleague Chris Harding, who is new with our Government Community Relations team. I want to start by thanking Commissioner Painter, Commissioner Batchelor, and Commissioner Corcoran for your steadfast support of our utility line workers and the many contributions they make to Clermont County. This day serves as a great reminder of the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices that our line workers make for our local communities and across the nation. It's an opportunity to express gratitude to these skilled professionals who play a crucial role in keeping our electricity flowing. Line workers are often the unsung heroes of our daily lives. These dedicated men and women work under challenging circumstances and face hazardous conditions to maintain and restore power to our homes, businesses, and essential services like our hospitals and our public safety agencies. While I had invited Duke Energy's line workers, again, they weren't able to be here today, but they greatly appreciate this. This means a lot to them. They don't do it for the accolades. They don't do it for any of the fanfare. They do it because they really believe in taking care of our communities. Whether it's restoring power after a storm or performing routine maintenance on our system or responding to emergency situations, our line workers are there for the community. And I also want to thank our community partners. I see our county engineer here, our sheriff, all of our first responders, our fire chiefs, all of the agencies that do so much for our citizens each and every day. We rely on them in these critical situations to help us with road access, there's just so much in terms of partnerships when we're talking about restoring the power to tens of thousands of customers during major storm events like we just saw a couple weeks ago. And then with the flooding just recently and the partnerships we had there, just really exciting to see how the community comes together in those times of crisis. Figuring out ways to help customers, help our communities, get them back in power with this essential services that they need. So again, I thank you very much for this honor. Next year, I promise we'll get our line workers out here. So, thank you so much.
That's okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Would you take a picture with us?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy to.
You gotta be-
Oh, proclamation. I got to
Right.
take
you
the
gotta show it.
proclamation. Yeah. Thank
Black like we like each other.
you. Only for a few.
And look here, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. And one more, 3, 2, 1.
Do you mind taking one on my phone as well?
No.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure, yeah. Wait, how much?
If it's by the picture.
Only
take-
5,000.
There you go.
Okay, I'll first shot it.
Just pull the finger down.
All right, and look here, we'll go 3, 2, 1. This way, we'll go 3, 2. All right.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank
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 you.
you.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you too. Thank you, Bonnie.
Let's see.
Appreciate it. See you later. Thank you.
We will move on with our regular agenda. Our next item is letter D, and it is a presentation from Duke Energy for a 911 center.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could.
I love these big
No.
checks.
It's always a good day when you're carrying around a big check.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That is a good thing. Well, good morning. And Duke Energy Foundation, we are pleased to support Clermont County's 911 community engagement initiatives. We value the critical role that our 911 dispatchers play to ensure the public safety of our communities. And as we celebrate National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Duke Energy would like to present the 911 Center with a $6,000 grant. This grant will help to promote the great work of our 911 Center team and help to increase community awareness of the 911 dispatch career field. It's very important that we attract a strong talent pool for these critical positions. When people call, they want somebody on the other end of the line that really has command of the situation, is going to make sure that that person has confidence that they're being represented well, and you do a great job of it. I want to thank Jessie Wiederhold for her leadership of the 911 Center and commitment to enhance the county's workforce. A special thanks to our County Board of Commissioners and administration as well for their strong support of public safety services. And Bonnie, I know you had your hands directly in some of those local public safety services, and I know the value that all three of you place on the critical role of public safety. Let's remember that our commitment to public safety is not just a responsibility, but it's also a partnership among all of us. And now I'd like to take this time and present a check to the 911 Communications Center. We want to maybe all step out here.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Chris, come on up and join us. This is Chris Harding. He's our community relations liaison with Duke Energy.
Hi, Chris. Oh,
I know.
Count those pictures when you post.
Everyone look here. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Stay there. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. All right.
What am I up to, Claire?
You got 4 already?
We're all getting a vacation.
We are.
All right. And smile. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. And one more. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you all so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know you'll do great things with this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Jesse, congrats to you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congrats.
Right, that's right.
Jesse,
Out of
all the
0.
works.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I told him a red pen and add a 0 to that. Thanks, Chad. Thanks to Duke Energy for that grant. And Jess, thanks to your team, at 911. Obviously, we know that'll be put to good use. So great.
Thank
You bet.
Thank you.
We will move on with the agenda. We are at letter E. Letter E is public participation. Is there anyone here that would like to participate from the public? Okay, we will close public participation and we will move to letter F, which is a consent agenda. Board, the consent agenda has been prepared for you. You have had the opportunity to review it prior to this meeting. Are there any items that need to be removed from the consent agenda? Hearing none, then I would ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Been moved and second. Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes, we will move to letter G. Letter G is the non-consent portion, and you will find that starting on page 2. It is item 6, and it is a recommendation of the Board of County Commissioners adopt resolution 039-25 to approve payment to vendors in the amount of $3,332,010.16 as outlined in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated April 16th, BCC directed prepaid invoices report, and the procurement card transaction report is presented by the county auditor on 4/14/2025, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants pursuant to and in compliance with 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion. They made up for last week, didn't
They
they?
did. Yeah, last week, what we have, about 800,000, and now we're at
800
3.3 million. Yeah.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any conversation? Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes. Jessica, thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Item number 7.
Item number 7 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 040-25 to acknowledge the acceptance of a grant award of $6,000 from the Duke Energy Foundation out of Charlotte, North Carolina, to be used by the Clermont County Department of Public Safety Services, and to authorize the Office of Management and Budget to add the donation of funds to the budget of the Clermont County Department of Public Safety Services, and to further direct the Clermont County Department of Public Safety Services to use the funds as part of the 2025 appropriations.
Thank you, Board. You've heard the reading of item number 7. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
And moved in second. Any conversation, comment?
No.
Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes. Go do great things with that money. Item number 8. Item number 8 is Jeremy Evans. He is our county engineer. Jeremy, good to have you here today in the meeting. What brings you here that this board could do for you?
Resolution number 8, or item number 8, is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 041-25, resolving to revise the boundary of the Miami Trails, Woods, Estates, and Sanctuary Stormwater District to include 25 additional lots from the Miami Reserve development, with those parcels identified in Exhibit A, the packets that you have received, with understanding that services can only be provided within that specified boundary pursuant to and compliance with Chapter 6117 of the Ohio Revised Code. If you don't mind, I have just two quick slides I'd like to share. Dave, if you could go to the map for me. Thank you. So the parcel highlighted in the middle is the proposed Miami Reserve subdivision. It's about 17 acres. Again, there'd be 25 new lots. The dark shaded area to the top is a portion of that Woods Estates Sanctuary, the existing stormwater district that we have on Miami Trails. That was established back in 2021. We got a request from the developer, Dries, to create a stormwater district for this new development. And as we were looking at it, not only are the parcels adjacent, but the stormwater infrastructure here, when the water leaves those basins, it will flow through the storm pipes of the existing development. So makes sense for a lot of reasons geographically to connect them. If you could go to the next slide for me, please. This is just a quick summary. Woods Estates Sanctuary, the existing district, has 384 lots, almost 12,000 feet of storm pipe. This one would add 25 lots, just under 2,000 feet of storm pipe. You can see the totals over there. All of the new infrastructure obviously would be brand new and be in good condition. So when we did the calculation, it makes sense to leave the rate the same at $11.63 for the total district. And so that is what I'm proposing.
And Jeremy, before we actually vote on, well, we'll go ahead and vote on it. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and it's been second. Just to talk about that for a second, stormwater districts can be also retrofit into existing subdivisions and those kind of things, right? Could
Correct.
you just explain a little bit of that for a second?
Yes, and so the existing the Woods Estate Sanctuary in 2021, that was an existing subdivision. Was a request of the HOA at that time. We've had a few of those come through over the years. They had some issues with some storm pipe that needed resolved. So that is an option. They could bring that to the board. We'll do the same thing. We'll calculate the cost. We'll put together a plan that shows all the infrastructure, the immediate needs, the cost to address those immediate needs, and then of course future replacement costs all factored in to come up with that amount.
Okay.
All right.
Any further conversation or clarification? Roll call, Gail?
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 9, Clermont County Water Resources, Lyle Bloom. Lyle, good to see you. Morning.
Item 9 is a recommendation to award the bid and execute the contract for project number 6402-60236 for the Nagel Lift Station Elimination Project located in Pierce Township, pursuant to the plans and specs to Smith Corp. Incorporated out of Cincinnati for their lowest and best bid received on March 6, 2025, for a total amount not to exceed $131,633. in compliance with the terms and conditions and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order. So their bid was about 75% of our engineer's estimate. It's about 111 feet of 8-inch sewer that will allow us to eliminate that lift station and convey the flow into the Glenmary Park subdivision.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 9. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Been moved and second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes, we'll move to item 10. Lyle?
Item 10 is a recommendation to authorize David L. Painter, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute change order number 1 to the contract with Smith Corp. Incorporated out of Cincinnati. This was previously ratified by the board on October 18th, 2023 for project number 6402-60202 for the Branch Hill Guinea Road Sewer Extension Project located in Miami Township, and represents an increase in the amount of $20,318.37 for a total adjusted contract price to date of $373,358.37, as well as a non-compensable extension of time of 140 calendar days for a revised contract completion date of August 21st, 2024. And this is the final change order on the project. It includes quantity adjustments and then some changes in site conditions.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 10. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Been moved and second. Any further conversation? Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 11.
Item 11 is a recommendation to execute a contract for professional services between the board and Burgess and Nyepel Incorporated out of Cincinnati. This is for several projects, the Buckwheat, Day Heights, and Miamiville Elevated Tank Inspection, Evaluation, and Maintenance projects located in Miami Township, and the BMW Lake Intake Structure Evaluation, Rehabilitation, and Painting Project, also located in Batavia Township, as outlined in Exhibit A for the proposal dated February 19th, 2025, and an amount not to exceed $346,873, with said services to be completed within 580 consecutive calendar days upon issuance of a written notice to proceed from the Water Resources Department and exclusive of county review time and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 11. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second. Any further conversation? Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Thank you. Item number 12. How you, Brian?
Item number 12 is a recommendation to enter a professional service agreement contract between the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, and Motes Consulting Engineers Incorporated, doing business as Motes Engineering, 447 Morgan Street, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45206, for a professional engineering services for the design of the HVAC replacement at the Heritage Building, as outlined in Exhibit A, scope of services at a cost not to exceed $62,000 in compliance with the terms of the contract and contingent of the release of the required purchase order.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 12. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Any further conversation? Brian, just real quick, not, super high level. What piece are we replacing?
Actually replacing the cooling tower, which is the big shiny box out in the parking lot behind the building. We'll get 8 or 9 new water source heat pumps up on the 3rd floor to help with the cooling and the heating in that area, and then new piping for the cooling tower and associated controls.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Nothing further. Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. And then item 13.
Item 13 is a recommendation to authorize David L. Painter, President of the Board of Commissioners, or in his absence, any other member of the Board of the County Commissioners, to execute change order number 1 to the professional service agreement between the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, and Motes Engineering Consultants Incorporated, doing business as Motes Engineering, 447 Morgan Street, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45206. And it's for additional design services for site storm drainage, revisions for the HVAC replacement at juvenile detention facility for an increase of $2,000 for a total contract price of $136,000, and add 180 days for completion with the other terms and conditions of the original professional service contract to remain in full force and effect.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 13. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
I'll
It's
second.
been moved and second. Any further conversation or discussion? And Brian, just the same with this one. Obviously, we're going to do some work on the storm drainage for that installation. How does those two go together?
We have to install a new chiller pad. It's a 30-inch footing supporting a 16-inch pad. And when we do the excavation for that, we'll get into the existing storm drainage. So this money is to engineer the new downspout drains to different locations.
Okay.
So we don't hold up the project later. And then MOTS's original contract expires a couple months before the construction deadline ends. We just want to have them on board, for the full term of the project.
Okay. Makes perfect sense. Thank you. Anything further? Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner, sorry, didn't hear.
okay.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
I was like,
Yes.
I even said it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
That concludes our original portion of our non-consent agenda. Are there any additions that need to be added at this time, Tom?
Yes, we do have a letter of intent to renew for our CAST program.
Okay.
I'll have Angie present that if the board wants to add it to the agenda.
Do I have a motion to add this particular item to the agenda? It's a recommendation to execute a letter of intent to renew the GCB's health services for the CAS program.
I'll make the motion.
It's been moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second. Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes, it has been added to the agenda. And Angie, good to see you this morning.
Good morning. This is a recommendation to authorize David L. Painter, President of the Board of County Commissioners, or in his absence, any other member of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute a letter of intent to renew the contract with Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health Services for the operation of the Clermont County Community Alternative Sentencing Center for the period of June 3rd, 2025 through June 2nd, 2026, pursuant to Section 3 of the Contract for Services ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on May 24th, 2023, which represents the second of 4 one-year renewal options, and to renew the relative lease agreement for the period of June 3rd, 2025 through June 2nd, 2026.
Board, you've heard the reading of the item for GCB and their letter for health services. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Been moved and second. Any further? Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Any other additions at this time, Tom?
Don't have any additions, but we do have a county staff elected official discussion if you'd like to do that before we go into executive session.
You bet.
Mr. Grabowski? He has some information on the lighting for the America 250 kickoff.
Painter played a better horse than me.
You gonna turn it on?
I am.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so in front of you, these first two pages are pictures of the old courthouse. And just to advise that the Visitors and Convention Bureau is making the banner, and that will go on the upper side, upper third of the stained glass window. My question is, these lanterns, which are rechargeable, Emily went ahead and ordered those.
Yeah.
Where do we want those to be placed? The last page is the hanger, a generic hanger that I just picked out with a 9-inch. This is only 5 1/4, so it'll be away from whatever you decide to put it on. So if there's any ideas,
And these two existing lanterns we have here?
yes.
Mhm.
Yes, and those are like an orangey yellowish.
They look, yeah.
Yeah, they look like lanterns.
Yeah.
And they are on dawn to dusk.
Okay.
They look pretty.
And our only other location to pick? Do we have another alternative location other than this?
As far as the lanterns,
Uh-huh.
Not that I know of. I mean, you could
So-
put
Okay.
it right out here if you wanted.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Wait, no, we had talked about that on the columns of the common pleas
We-
too, but I didn't know how well you'd see them there.
Probably not as well.
Mhm.
I think I had mentioned that there's a little taper on those columns. We
Yeah.
have to build it out a little bit.
Yeah, don't.
So
So-
where would we put it out front? Here?
Are you thinking on this like portico
sandstone.
on the sandstone?
Yeah, put it on either side. If you're gonna
Mhm.
put it on either side of that sandstone.
Like
So
put it
you're going to put the banner up here.
Yeah, the banner.
So
would be-
what if you put them here?
like
Yeah,
this,
just above it.
yeah.
this, like that, or something?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you look closely, really closely, you can see that I already have
Uh-huh.
grommets already in there, ready for something to go in on that space.
That would be good.
Yeah. I think that's fine.
See, we've already
Yeah.
placed grommets here.
Right.
So recommendation is we definitely want it to be high enough. So.
Somebody can't
just
reach it.
Come and get it, you know,
Mhm.
or tamper with it. I mean, it can still be reutilized during this whole, birthday celebration over the next, year and a quarter. So I
Yeah.
think, and we have a grout, we have a line in there already, because you don't want to go really into the
Yeah.
actual
And-
sandstone.
And just to make sure these two lanterns are the lanterns that are for, listen, my children, you shall hear the midnight ride of Paul Revere. I mean, that's what these are symbolizing, 2 up by sea. So,
And I did tell Emily yesterday to order another pair of these, so there will always be one charged.
Right. And that way we can just change them out each evening.
Right.
And they have a run time of almost 20 hours,
Mhm.
but we'll shut them down in the morning and turn them back on in that evening is what we'll do.
and that night, April 18th at 12 p.m. is actually, 250 years of that ride. So that's kind of like the opening. That's the opening of the whole 250 America.
Yeah, that's the celebration.
Yep.
We kick off in the celebration, and there's a lot more things to come that you all know about.
Mhm.
And, at midnight, commissioners, I'm not sure if anybody will be up in Batavia, but there's a good chance that there may be a white stallion that is riding up and down Main Street.
Well, if we can't get a white stallion,
Yes.
I know somebody that can go through there like a horse. Hold it.
Might
We
witness
do,
that
we know
today.
someone too.
Look at Tom.
We're gonna bring, what is it, the Darlings from the Andy Griffith Show?
Oh, my.
The Darlings? We're gonna bring them in.
He can't take it. Look, he can't. I knew he could.
His
So
face.
we'll bring
No, I
them
think that looks
Even
great.
with the banner.
Yep.
Equal lap and make it equal size, so it's not a problem at all.
You bet.
And
Sounds
you
good.
can keep that for your records.
Thank
Okay.
Thank you.
This will be ready sometime before closing business Friday.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for all your work on that way. Appreciate your help.
David, we'd love to have a picture of that. Maybe something in the evening where it, I don't know what you'd have to do to get some light to do that, to really have like to have that picture that really looks authentic.
We'll make it work.
Okay. All righty. Thank you. Thanks.
That's all, sir.
That's it. All right, then we will go to letter H. Letter H is an executive session pursuant to section 121.22 G1 of the Ohio Revised Code to consider the employment or compensation of a public employee or more public employees. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make
Go ahead.
the motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second. Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes, we will move into executive session. We will return and conduct further business. Thank you. We have returned from executive session. There were no decisions made and no actions taken. We will move on with our agenda. Letter I is additions to the agenda. Any at this time?
Nothing further.
All right. The next one is letter J, and it is county elected official discussions. Any county elected officials? Angie, could you talk to us just for a second about how is the animal shelter?
Okay.
You bet.
So, as you all know, our new director started on March 31st, Kiera. She's doing a really great job. It's really, really nice to have someone so confident in the decision making that's required at the shelter and all the different areas that we have to look into. So, they've had a few of the volunteer orientations. They're planning some adoption events. We're working on some training things. So, really exciting things are happening over there. So, I'm really, really pleased with how we're doing.
And Angie, we're running those orientations now, correct? Those
Correct.
volunteer Orientations?
Yes. Yes.
Who's running those exactly? Is it
The kennel supervisor is running the orientations. Yep.
great?
Fantastic.
Thank you for all you did. You
It-
still do.
And you may not know, I may ask you a question and you just have to say, I really don't. How many canines do we currently have there in a round number?
I don't know.
Okay. that's what I thought.
For
That's
one,
all right.
I really don't know. I think they said that we had 69 total when I met with them on Monday, but about 30 of those were in foster. So probably
Mhm.
somewhere around 45 in the kennel, I would guess, somewhere around there. So
No problem. And it's noteworthy that, that is one of your responsibilities now, but it is not your everyday responsibility. You have a shelter person.
it is very notable.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
And it's-
But again, thanks so much for
Absolutely.
doing that. I always thought of that. What a portfolio assignment. I mean, that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
And it seems like from the pictures that have been put out on Facebook, all at once, we're picking up dogs everywhere.
We sure are. Yeah, there are plenty of strays. But that's another good point. One of I think Kira's strong suits is social media. So she's really pushing out, working on getting more dogs highlighted.
And
So-
I did see where one was claimed. So
Yeah.
that's always nice when you can put them back with the owner.
And I can only speak just for myself here. The other commissioners can chime in, but if she needs anything, make sure we get that pretty quick because we definitely want her to be successful.
Absolutely.
You bet.
Yep.
Me too. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thanks so much. Any other county elected official discussion?
Just Commissioner, just a quick note. Monday, you had asked about the debris management costs. So we're going to gather that for you. And we'll have it for you shortly. We want to make sure we have it all before
Okay.
we present it back to the board.
And then Ursula Miller is here with us today. And anything you can enlighten us, last information on flood issues?
Well, we're having a meeting at 3:30 this afternoon.
That's by Zoom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think things are moving along well. And then as it relates to the lanterns, you'll be getting a draft news release here shortly.
And is it my understanding that we're going to make a trip to the 911 center sometime this morning for a picture with Duke Energy? Is that right?
Approach the podium. Yeah. Make sure we can hear you.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
So let's see. You asked about the flood recovery. So we have a meeting at 3:30 this afternoon by Zoom about that. I think things are going really well. And I mentioned that we're working on a news release about the 2 lanterns for tomorrow
Okay.
commemoration. So,
And then the only other thing was about I think Duke Energy wanted a picture of it at the 911 center or something. Is that something? We need to do?
I will reach out to Chad
Okay.
and find out. He did not mention that to me
Yep.
beforehand, but I will reach out.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks.
Board, I have one other thing.
Sure.
Next Wednesday, April 23rd, we'll have a public hearing for the vacation of a portion of Glen Estee, Withamsville Road in Union Township. And there will be a site visit arranged. And so I think Craig Reisner from the engineer's office will be here at 8:30. If y'all want to be here and ready, he will take you up there
On Wednesday.
on Wednesday. And I will make sure that that is on the calendar.
And if I understand, Tom, isn't that like a piece that since now they've kind of put the bridge in or something, they got to adjust there?
It's just a roundabout.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's going to go back to the owners on both sides, I think.
So, yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. And I'll tell you what, those improvements have been great. You know, the roundabouts that they put in Union Township. And then now that I think most people have learned which one to go on where it takes you, you know, it's become, I mean, when they were first went in there, it was kind of like, well, uh-oh. I want to go to RJ's, which do I go to the right? Do I, you know, yeah. But you know what, it seems that once people get used to that, it's pretty efficient. And not to steal anybody's thunder on that, but the one that they put in right here on Riverside Drive and coming off of 32, that could not be more convenient, because that during work hours, that used to back up all the way to that intersection coming off of 32.
Yeah, it did.
And now that doesn't
happen.
In fact, we mentioned last night, it'd be great to have one right there, the very bottom of that. So you didn't have to stop there either and go on, you know, but it works great. So they can be a great thing. Anything else? I'll move on to board member comments. Board members, any comments? Then I'll ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Make the motion to adjourn.
Do a second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Roll call, Gail.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes, thank you for being with us today, this beautiful 16th day of April of 2025. We are glad you were here. If you've joined us by social media or you were here in person, we thank you, and we will see you next week. Thank you.